got Terrence Crawford. For any sports fan, you want to see the best fight the best.
Canelo, I don't go against Canelo. I'm not hesitating. Crawford will beat Canelo.
Anyone that thinks Crawford has a chance is a complete idiot.
How did he fare against Canelo?
But I suppose that he is because he's bigger than Kraftwerk, but still that guy looked like
You got the loss.
yeah, you gotta watch out with him.
Going to be an absolute dogfight. I have to go Canelo, but that'll be one of the best fights.
You think you have enough power to hurt the great Canelo?
Of course.
When you look in his eyes, do you see a fighter that could possibly beat you?
It's not shock.
Never.
Nobody has ever put him on the canvas. Up to this moment in his career has been utterly knockout proof.
There's always a way. Put it that, there's always a way.
I also think he's one of those guys that if you tell him he can't do something, he wants to show you and shock you.
1,000%.
And we're going to see two of the greatest fighters in history go at it. What more if you ask than that?
Canelo es el número uno aquí según en México por mucho tiempo. Es un magnífico peleador, muy entregado a su trabajo, muy disciplinado. Canelo es un ejemplo para nosotros los mexicanos.
Desde los aztecas somos luchadores. La garra mexicana que tenemos. Para mí Crawford es un gran peleador. Pues puede ser muy reñida, pero pues confiamos en que el Canelo va a jugar.
It's just a few days before Canelo leaves for the Sierra Nevada mountains to begin his training camp. There, the high altitude will better prepare him for the potentially draining 12-round fight that awaits. But for now, at sea level, there's a bit more time to play with his toys. A bit more quality time for family before going to work.
It's very nice to hang out with my family. And when you find out you're blessed, I love them. But I always say the transition to training camp is all about mine. And my family knows already. I know I need to do my work. You always want something bigger, and I always looking for being a world champion, and then I find out is there other things to accomplish, and I start find out, oh, this is more than boxing. It's about your life too.
¿Te quieres ir adelante para que no te llene el polvo?
Even after all the knockouts and all the victories over his 20-year professional career, September 13th could define his legacy one way or another. The two best pound-for-pound fighters of their era colliding in Las Vegas on Mexican Independence Weekend, reinvigorating the sport and thrilling the fans who have been waiting for a moment just like this one to happen.
I'm here in boxing to make history. Winning for me means a lot in this fight because he's one of the best in the last 15 years. He accomplished a lot and I accomplished a lot, and I think it's a perfect match.
Today, Canelo's popularity, wealth, and place in boxing history is secure. But he wasn't always the biggest attraction on the card. In 2013, when he was just 23, Canelo risked it all. Against the most feared, most untouchable, and by far the biggest name in boxing at the time.
Floyd Mayweather is a dose of cold reality. Mayweather knockout victory.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. was boxing's undisputed king. At age 36, he himself had navigated the sport without a loss. Canelo, the ring's rising prince, was fearlessly stepping into the lion's den. Chances of a loss be damned.
Para mí, Mayweather lo mejor que han visto mis ojos lo máximo. Yo creo que ya estaba listo, Saúl. pero ya después me di cuenta que Mayweather a todos los rivales los medía.
Here we go.
I was not ready for that fight, but in my mind I think I'm ready. You know, when you're young, you think you're ready for everything.
Here comes Canelo inside. Misses, gets the ball still. Misses that one. Absolutely no damage done. Canelo's frustrated.
Mayweather's experience, his impenetrable defense, and sheer greatness was on full display that night, suffocating Canelo and handing him his first loss.
He's the future. Floyd is the present. The winner of the Super Welterweight Championship of the world, Floyd Mayweather.
I really wanted to win, but I lose with one of the best in the boxing history. I learned a lot, and I say, look, one day I'm gonna be the best fighter.
Floyd would be the first one to say he decided to face Canelo at 23 because he knew, give him a couple more years, he's going to beat the crap out of me.
Canelo is a young, strong champion. I take my hat off to him. I take my hat off to the country of Mexico. And a true champion like Canelo, he can take a loss and bounce back.
Floyd Mayweather went into the dressing room after the fight. He said, when I'm done, you're going to be at the top of the sport. But he's talking about arguably the greatest fighter of all time, telling you that you are going to carry the torch.
That was probably the best thing that ever happened to a young fighter who was being very, very dominant. It forces you to look back and say, I can be beaten.
beginnings. Humble beginnings. We would drive to Colorado, 5 of us in a Nissan Altima, staying in La Quinta together, snoring, farting. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's the truth.
Hold on, don't touch them. They're already cheap. I'm gonna tell you why.
Coach better help. I won't even say that we suffering, but you know, we in the trenches together, right? That's why we so tight like that. We all just good people, I feel like. That's why we sticking together.
Being outsiders gave them identity. Fuck the boxing establishment. We're from Omaha, and it's made their team a lot stronger.
Since he was coming up, somebody was trying to take him out of Omaha, but he believed in us, and we believe in him. So that keeps us together.
Now you got fighters going to Omaha to be trained by Bo McInerney.
Team Crawford.
That's right.
And the opportunity coming out of the amateurs. They wanted me to leave and move out of town and change coaches and change teams, but we made it. So if you don't believe in the team that you with, are we with them?
While training camps are typically grounded in familiar routines and rhythms, the 42nd fight of Bud Crawford's career presents a sizable new challenge. He's moving up 2 weight classes, from 154 pounds to the super middleweight limit of 168, which means, among other things, in Canelo Alvarez, he'll be facing the heaviest opponent of his career, and likely so, the hardest punches too.
Yip, step off.
We got a big ass challenge ahead of us.
Step off.
That's what makes fighters great when they go out and meet the biggest challenges they can get.
Punch can't go.
Don't let anyone tell you that the weight doesn't matter. It makes this a monumental accomplishment for Crawford.
Putting on muscle don't actually mean that you're going to be slower, but you punch a little harder.
He is willing to take a risk. This is literally uncharted territory for Terrence Crawford.
I don't care. He can weigh 200. That's going to be bad on him.
I'll double up some shots. There you go. It's Crawford's particular ability to punch above his weight that's earned him this shot. A notion no one appreciates more than a fighter he's beaten. Two-time world champion, friend, and Las Vegas local, Sean Porter.
For me to look at his eyes and not see any sort of doubt
fighters.
Now, you see
And
that?
so conflict is in their nature.
Ooh!
Fucking awesome. Thank you guys.
See?
You generally like or dislike your opponents? Can feel like a contradiction. But here, in quiet, calm, unseen spaces, is where the real work begins. This is where focus and clarity are shaped for Terrence Bud Crawford as he prepares for his fast approaching bout with Canelo
I feel like a boxer every time I work him in my craft for years. And boom, 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 boom. It's like
knowing that the body.
I gotta beat myself. I gotta beat that record. When I come back, I gotta come back hard.
I think what separates me from everybody else is my mental, my work ethic, my risk taking, punching when people say I shouldn't, not moving when people think that I should.
His mind is the strongest weapon. Like he's one of the smartest fighters of all time. His boxing IQ, that's what wins you fights. You know, the physical is the easy part, the mental is the hard part, and he has mastered that mental. He's been like that since a kid.
The best pound-for-pound fighters in the world are almost always the guys with the fastest processing, the fastest thinking. And Crawford is that guy right now.
I'm still sharpening my tools. but at the same time, I'm learning on the job as well. I don't never want to feel like I'm done learning.
The fight is great. The fight is fun. But this is memories. Memories! Yes! How you feel, baby? That's the first place. Yep. I think so too. I don't know.
My dad, we all come from the same gym. Me and Bernard, we started at the same time. Bernard was 12, I was 7. I remember when I was coming up, Bo man grabbed me by the shoulders, and he was just like, you know, you're not going to go through what I went through in my career. He was basically telling me, like, I'm going to protect you.
One day you be my son. One day we can argue. One day he need a shoulder. One day I may need a shoulder. But as a trainer, ever since he started boxing, you know I want the best. Ain't no bullshit.
Even as a kid, Bud Crawford's skills stood apart. While others learned the basics,